Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Let's talk about lying. Yeah, that's the act of deliberately providing false information and the hypocrisy around it. We all know lying's wrong, right? We all know that people do it all the time, okay? We get upset if our partner lies to us, if our boss lies to us, but if someone that we agree with, they lie, well, suddenly it's not that big a deal. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. We've created this moral hierarchy of lying where some lies are acceptable, other lies are not. We excuse the lies of politicians that we support, but we condemn the lies of the politicians that we oppose. We overlook lies of celebrities, and we scrutinize the lies of our next door neighbor. And we act like lying is this absolute evil. But in reality, it's a complex issue. People lie for a variety of reasons. Some lie to protect themselves, some lie to protect others, some lie just to advance their own interests. And yet, we put that all together and judge them the same. And let's not forget about the media. They've been lying to us for decades, my entire life. And a lot of people still trust them. They spin the truth to fit their own narrative, and the public laps it up like it's the gospel truth. But, you know, when someone tells a lie that doesn't align with our own viewpoint, suddenly they're the enemy of truth and justice. Well, the truth is we're all capable of lying. And we all tend to be a hypocrite about it. We need to take a step back and start looking at lies objectively instead of just seeing them as good or bad based on the person telling the lie. We all need to start having an honest conversation about lying and the reasons behind it instead of just blindly condemning it, because if we don't, we'll never be able to truly understand the issue or how to address it. Now, my name is Tom Coffey. This is Coffee Nuance, the best commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so glad that you did. I have got a great program for you today, February 1st, 2023. Today, we got a couple of good topics. We're going to talk about George Santos, that lying liar, 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 liar. And I'm going to talk about pathological lying. We've heard a lot about that recently. What exactly does that mean? We're going to talk about Kia and Hyundai cars. They made some decisions, and now they're being sued for it by the city of Seattle. And lastly, the return of the woolly mammoth. And that is how you spell woolly. I had to look it up. O-O-L-L-Y, woolly mammoth. But perhaps they'll be roaming the earth in the very near future. That's what we have today. I do appreciate everyone that is joining me and in the live chat. That is fantastic. Good to see a number of people here. So that's cool. But let's get to the first story of the day, George Santos, that lying liar. All right. Here we are. It's George Santos. Boy, he has been a punching bag for the entire media, and seems like everyone on social media this past month. He's a new member of the House of Reps, and he's from New York. He's facing a controversy for lying about his education, his work history, his religion. He's admitted to fabricating parts of his resume, but he's refused to resign. Psychologists say all people lie, and pathological liars often do so without reason and can sometimes believe their own lies. Pathological lying may be a symptom of a mental health issue such as narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, or borderline personality disorder, but there's no confirmed symptoms for being a pathological liar. But experts say that stories may change when they're questioned. The person's defensive, they over-explain things, but pathological lying has no set treatment and its motivations are unclear. Well, I got to tell you, I've been hearing a lot about all these lies of George Santos, and I'm going to share my take on this. I'm impressed by the guy. This is a gay Republican who was able to get to the House of Representatives. He didn't come from money. He didn't come from a family with influence. He's a self-made man. Now, a lot of that was built on lies, sure. But I think all of these people that are condemning him are jealous. They're jealous that they didn't think of lying like that. And I got to tell you, most of the lies, about his background or what his religion were, who cares? As far as I know, those lies didn't start any wars. Those lies didn't get anyone killed. So, yeah, he lied. Every politician lies. But I find it really ironic that the media and all the other politicians are condemning him so much. I have a challenge. And it's funny, I was thinking about fan clubs. I'm a middle-aged guy. I don't think I can start a fan club. But I kind of feel compelled to start a George Santos fan club because I'm a fan. I really am. I wish that I had the guts to come up with a bunch of lies to somehow elevate myself. You can see that if I did have a bunch of lies, obviously it didn't work for the popularity of this channel. So if I did lie to become this massive YouTube star, social media star, it didn't work for me. I guess I need more lies, to get up there. But, I'm thinking about like K-pop music, right? All the fan groups, they come up with names, right? I think Blackpink, they're the Blinks, right? I remember Big Bang, it was, their fans were called the VIPs. But there's lots of, you need a name for your fan group. And I need a name for the fan group of George Santos because I'm a big fan. I think everyone's been looking at it wrong. This guy's great because not only did he lie and get himself into Congress, but when confronted about it, he said, you know what? I admit, I fibbed. I exaggerated things. And he said, and unlike the current president, I'm going to change. He said, from here on out, everything's going to be above board. And that's awesome. That is awesome. I wish other politicians would say the same thing. Wouldn't it be great if Joe Biden said, you know what, yeah, I've lied pretty much every day of my life, but I am going to, from this day forward, stop it? But he can't help himself, can he? Biden lies every time he gets on a microphone. And if you think I'm kidding, I will say whatever his next public appearance is, I'm going to grab a lie from his next appearance in front of a microphone because I guarantee he's going to do it because he can't help himself. George Santos has at least owned up to it, and he says, going forward, I'm going to be above board. I got to hand it to him. That's what I want out of a politician, and maybe it's that attitude why so many people don't like him, because they know they're liars, and they know that they're not going to change. They're a little ticked off that he's figured out a way to get some success. you know. But like I say, our current president, you know, every time he lies. So today is February 1st. Whatever his next appearance is, I will pull out a lie, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. And I do have a challenge for everyone that's watching the live stream today. So this challenge is only for people in the live stream. If you're watching the replay, you can leave a comment too, but it's not going to count for this challenge. The challenge is if you think that there is a media company or a politician that is not a liar, or that you think is somehow better and above George Soros, Freudian slip there, George Santos, right? If you think that there is a current politician that you think is less of a liar than George Santos, let me know in the chat, and I will follow up tomorrow, and I will show you a bigger lie, a more important lie that politician has told than anything that George Santos has ever said. That's my challenge. I could be wrong. Maybe this doesn't work out for me, okay? But that's my challenge for the live chat right now. Let me know of a politician, a current politician in office that you think has not told a bigger lie than George Santos has. And I will revisit that tomorrow. But you've heard a lot about pathological lying in the last month. A lot of stories written about it. It's also called pseudologia fantasica, or mythomania. It's a controversial topic in psychiatry, and it's characterized by a long history of frequent and repeated lying for no apparent motive or benefit. Pathological lying often appears purposeless, sometimes even self-incriminating or damaging, leading researchers to conclude that the behavior is the reward in itself. Okay, so much like a gambler, a lot of times gamblers, the thrill they get is the actual gambling, knowing that they could lose. That's the thrill. It's not what they could win. It's what they feel when they're in the process of gambling. That's one of the things that addicted gamblers really feel. It's that feeling that they get. And perhaps it's the feeling that pathological liars get when they're telling these lies. That's why they do it. But there's no consensus on the definition in the psychiatric community. And the controversy over pathological lying centers in the liar's ability to recognize their lies as false, with some believing that they may be delusional. Now, despite it being so obscure, it's been recognized and written about in psychiatric literature for over a century, with a prevalence of 1% in a study of 1,000 repeat juvenile offenders. So 1%, very small number, but this has been around for a long time. That's what pathological lying is. And perhaps George Santos is one, but I don't care. I'm a fan. I really am. Oh, but like I say, let me know what you think about that in the comment. And now let's get to Kia and Hyundai. The Seattle City Attorney has filed a lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai in federal court, alleging the car manufacturer's failures to install anti-theft technology in some of their vehicles has led to a significant rise in car thefts. Thefts of Kia and Hyundai cars increased 363% and 500% respectively from 2021 to 2022. The lawsuit alleges that these companies were aware of the public safety concerns related to the rise in thefts, but they failed to take any meaningful steps to address the issue. A study found that Kias and Hyundais without anti-theft technology were stolen at nearly twice the rate as the rest of the auto industry. Yeah, Really? You're kidding. You don't have anti-theft device in your car, and it's twice as likely to be stolen. You don't have an alarm. That's a shock. Not, But both these car manufacturers have responded to the lawsuit by stating that they've taken steps to address the issue to prevent car theft. Well, Kia and Hyundai are cheaper cars. And, they're going for, they're not Mercedes-Benz. They're not putting as much money into things. And if they're lower-end cars, if they wanted to not have a car alarm, for example, well, shouldn't you be able to make a car without an anti-theft device? I think you should be able to do that. Why is that required? Most of the cars I had growing up didn't have car alarms. My 1971 Plymouth Grand Fury did not have any anti-theft device. My 1970 VW bus camper van, I didn't have any anti-theft device. I put a big club in it. That's what I did. But these new cars, they were made without anti-theft technology, probably because they're trying to make it cheaper for people that don't have as much money. I think they should be allowed to do it. I didn't think it was a requirement. I mean, there's cars, you have to have things like seat belts and airbags now, right? Now it's a requirement that you need anti-theft. Seems ridiculous to me, but we'll see what happens in court. Seattle is really fighting the good fight, going after the things that really matter. Suing the maker of the car, probably not going after the people stealing the cars. So that's how that works out. Colossal Biosciences. There we go. A Texas-based company is working on bringing back extinct species through genetic engineering. Nothing can go wrong here. The company's raised $225 million since September 2021 and is currently working on the woolly mammoth, the Tasmanian tiger, and the dodo. You know the expression, it went the way of the dodo. Dodo could be back. Instead of cloning, the company focuses on genes that produce the physical attributes of extinct animals and alters the genes to fit the same niche the extinct species inhabited. The company aims to fill ecological voids and restore ecosystems. The goal for the Dodo project is to also restore the bird's habitat by removing invasive species, and the company secured $150 million in funding for this project alone. Now, this process is not quick. The company is working on multiple species at the same time. Colossal is also developing technology for other industries, including a software platform for scientists to collaborate, work with the data. Well, this is not the making of any horror film or sci-fi dystopian future. Are we going to bring back the T-Rex? That could be a problem. Actually, I think this is pretty exciting. I think this is pretty cool. If they're able to do that, I don't. Obviously, there could be big problems with this. As we've learned over the past couple of years, when you mess with genes of certain animals, bad things can happen, such as pandemics. How terrible would it be if we had a dodo pandemic in the future? That would be nuts. And I think a lot of people would be upset. But on the flip side, How awesome would it be to go to a wildlife reserve in East Texas and see woolly mammoths? That would be incredible, right? That would be really, really, really cool. So that is something that is on the horizon, and we're just going to have to see what happens, but I'm pretty excited about it. Those are the stories that I have for you today. Be sure to hit that like button if you've made it this far. I will keep asking for 50 likes every single day until I get that. And I've never asked this before, or I haven't asked this in the last month. But if you're seeing this for the first time, subscribe to the channel. As it turns out, I've lost about 1% of my subscribers in this last month. I looked at the analytics. Now, it was odd that happened. People were unsubscribing that didn't even watch a video. That's kind of odd. Little odd. But, with all this AI, we really gotta... This channel has to become something, or it'll just stay buried forever. And I know that if you're watching this far, you like the channel. And so I ask you to share this video with someone today. And then after you share it with them, ask them what they thought. Maybe they got some good ideas on how I could get better. I'd appreciate that. I'm going to check out your comments and respond to them after the outro. But until then, have an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Peace. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Checking out Twitter here. See if anyone retweeted or shared. Doesn't appear to. Oh. Apparently, it says it was going to start at 11 a.m. Looks like I screwed Twitter up again. How about that? Over on stream, it's doing a replay, or we're live on Twitch. That's cool. No one's there, but it's working. Also working on Odyssey. Still not a single person over on Odyssey. If you're ever on Odyssey, be sure to check it out over there. Duggo is over on Rumble. I can always count on Duggo. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And let's check out the chat on YouTube. Okay. Almost didn't see you there. Thanks for being there, Tom. I am glad to be here. Flames in the chat. I appreciate that. Good intro bit about lying. So true. Filled with nuance. I know. N-Man says he doubts he's really gay. I didn't know he was gay. I think I have no gaydar. I just don't pick out any of that. I remember back in the 80s, I was, covering the Pet Shop Boys and things like that. And, I get to college and my friend was telling me, they're gay, right? I said, I had no idea. I didn't know. So I'm not good at picking out gaydar. Apparently George Santos is, or says he is, so that's good enough. Howdy. Lying is okay if you are profiting from it and if you're already rich. Well, that's according to Tobias was here, and I would agree. Right, that's the rule. If you're rich and powerful, you're allowed to lie. Let's see. Apothecary John says, GSFC, George Santos Fan Club. That kind of sounds, like a soccer team. GSFC. I like it. I think we might be able to do better, but let's keep going with that. The difference between an honest politician and a dishonest one is the honest politician stays bought. Well, that's true. Diet Sprite says, I can't think of any. Politicians are crazy, bro. I agree. I totally agree. Tobias was here, said, Ron Paul never told a lie. Rand Paul, Bernie, lesser liars perhaps. Okay, well, that's the challenge. I will try to find Rand Paul or Bernie. I think Bernie's going to be a little easier for me. But Rand Paul, I will take that as a challenge. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. He actually seems to be one of the most honest people in Congress. So I take that as a challenge. I'll see if I can find it. Tulsi Gabbard I tend to trust, says Tobias. I agree, and that's why I said a current sitting politician. Yeah, personal responsibility is totally passé. I get it. I'm good with the mammoths, says Tobias. I like the video, not because you asked, but because I like the video. Well, I appreciate that, Diet Sprite. This is a very good episode. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. I'm dying to know what the mammoth burger tastes like. That's from Legalese. That might be good. A mammoth burger. You know, when I was in New Mexico, I would get an ostrich burger a lot. They had an ostrich farm there. And I got to tell you, ostrich burgers were really tasty. It says, your shirt suggests you know much more about the gay community than you're letting on. Ha ha. I don't know. I like the gay community. I got no issue with the gay community. I like disco music and dancing. That's fun. I like these loud shirts because I'm pretending like I'm on vacation every day. That's the life that I want. So that's why I wear it. But, you know, if Hawaiian shirts are gay, call me gay. Whatever. I'm cool with that. Real men wear Hawaiian shirts. Thank you, Natasha. And Thomas Massey is the most honest. Yeah. You all missed the point of this challenge. You weren't supposed to give me the most honest politicians. This is going to make it really tough for me. I just wanted you to give me any old politician, and then it would be really easy to show that their lies were much greater than George Santos. But you came back with like two of the most honest politicians in the country serving right now, and Bernie. So anyway, I will try. That is my attempt. I'll try to find some big lies of Thomas Massey and Rand Paul and Bernie for tomorrow. That's the challenge to me. I think I stuck my foot in it because that's going to be a tough one. But the chat, you did me in. You were just supposed to give me a layup. You know, just say Elizabeth Warren or something, or Maxine Waters, or Ted Cruz or something. You know, give me something easy. No, you gave me the best ones. But anyway, so I'll work on that for tomorrow. If you joined the show late today, I opened it up with a bit of I tried to do an opening monologue at the very beginning, and I'm going to try to do that going forward if I can. I'm always trying to massage the show and make it better. And I think an opening monologue is something that I can work on. So if you weren't able to watch the whole show, go back and watch the beginning part, because I'd really like to know what you thought of that. I think that's all I have for today. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will catch you all next time. Peace.